So coming up this weekend, we have a battle at heavyweight, and this is one of those ones that convinces one or two guys out there that are watching this fight. They're sitting in their office, they got a handful of Halloween candy, and they're going to go, you know what? I'm going to risk it all. If these two guys can do it in the UFC, screw it. So can I. We have Gian Villante taking on Beastboy Chris Barnett. And Matt, I have nice things to say about this fight, and I have a lot of not so nice things, but when I do look at this one for Chris Barnett, he was a guy that in 2014, Bleacher Report said he's the next big thing at heavyweight. And then he made his UFC debut in 2021 and got submitted by Go-Go Choke, which is a modified guillotine, against Ben Rothwell. Is that his submission of choice? Yes, it is. He's crazy when it gets to that. It's pretty good. And in that fight, Chris Barnett got taken down in the first round. What happened?
He got back up.
He got back up to his feet. He has that ability, like Derek Lewis, being a giant heavyweight. Less than 6 feet tall, though, but giant heavyweight. Used to fight at super heavyweight, where he just wills himself back up. And it was positionally sound enough that he didn't get submitted in it. And it was at the end of the round, which shows a lot of heart, especially when at the start of the second round, he looked like he had ran 5 marathons. So it wasn't that great in the second round for Chris Barnett. But the buck doesn't stop being passed right there, because for Gian Villante, I have a couple of people that just continue to get UFC bookings that I sit there and I go, they cut Elias Theodorou for this kind of stuff. And yes, Elias is a bad example, but he won a lot of fights and only lost a few and lost to Derek Brunson. See you later, walking papers. Okay, Randa Marcos was 1-5 and had lost 4 in a row, dating back a number of years before she fought Lavina Souza not that long ago. She won that fight. Good. That's pretty good. She did look good, but still, what are we doing here? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Sam Alvey.
How dare you?
Since he beat Gian Villante by split decision in 2018, is 0-6-1 and has a fight booked in February of 2022 against Ian Heinisch. Okay, what are we really doing here? Gian Villante, you might ask, well, how does he fit into this one? Since 2017, he's 2-6. Both of those wins are by split decision. I thought Ed Herman beat him. I was there. What do I know? And his last 3 are a body shot knockout loss to Michael Olszewczuk, who's changed his last name and his fortunes. Big win over Shamil Gamzatov last weekend. He lost to Maurice Green, where, listen, tiredness played a giant factor in that one. And then he got beat by unanimous decision. You might go, oh, but it was probably really close, though. All 3 judges, 30-27 to Jake Collier. Gian Villante has many a performance bonus in his UFC career. And listen, he has a 2015 knockout performance of the night against Beastin 25-8 Corey Anderson. That very well could be the next Bellator light heavyweight champ when he takes on Vadim Nemkov to end that tournament. All of this to say, Matt, this is an extreme crossroads fight where Chris Barnett's in this category like a Rocky Martinez, where he's fun, he's athletic, he's big. People make fun of the way that he looks, but I love watching Chris Barnett fight. And Gian Villante, where he's a shell of what he used to be, which I don't like to say because he actually, like, in person, he seems like a really nice guy.
But that's the issue. When the commentary team mentions your personality as being like the big pro, it means that you're probably not in your prime anymore. Listen, Gian Villante has some good fights. He beats some good fighters in the division. But when Daniel Cormier's first thing is like, oh, this guy's always smiling.
He played football at Hofstra.
Yeah, like, those are really cool facts, but they don't really help you win MMA fights. It's like, Gian Villante to me right now is in that Vince Carter twilight stage of his career where Vince was good for the Raptors, like amazing for the Raptors, pretty good for New Jersey, although he wasn't efficient. Then he was good for the Mavericks. Kind of okay for them, I should say, but he had fallen off. And then, like, the last decade after that, just traveled around from team to team and was a shell of himself. With Gian Villante, it's like, really? We're letting it go on this long? The UFC's not really doing him a favor at this point. I'm sure he's got a great rapport with Dana White. He seems like a great guy, like you had said. It's just, when Gian Villante fights now, I don't truly believe that he's in, and he's going to have, like, a really competitive performance with really anybody at the UFC level. And for Barnett, I don't look at him as a guy who's going to be in the top 15. He's exactly what you said. He is a fun fighter. And it sucks that just being a fun fighter can't always translate to being a successful fighter in the UFC ranks, because Barnett does have that, like, Javi Ayala-ness to him, where it's like, wow, that big guy moves way better than he should. And that's probably going to be able to get him the win in this matchup, but this is going to be one of those fights where people aren't going to like it. If we were doing a fight companion, I would probably no sell it afterwards. Because, listen, if Barnett knocks out Gian Villante in 30 seconds, it might look really cool, but am I going to change my opinion on him? Not at all. And let's say Gian Villante somehow gets the win in this matchup, because I got to be honest, I doubt he's going to be able to, but let's say he can grind his way to a decision victory. Then it's not really going to change my opinion of him either, because it's not like I think Barnett's going to go on to be some world beater. So this is just kind of an fight for me, but I guess if I have to give the pick, I think Barnett's the more technical guy.
Much more athletic, coming out of Barnett Taekwondo Academy, X3 Sports. He spent a little bit of time there. He's kind of cross-trained a little bit for this camp, and he's a guy that, again, competed at super heavyweight, and he's 5'9". Like, I've got a few inches on him. You've got some inches on him. Like, it's just weird that you get a heavyweight that's that short in stature, and you saw it in his fight against Ben Rothwell. Probably shouldn't throw spinning wheel kicks, but he did. Did they land? No. But he can do all of those things. The other thing that Barnett does really well, employs a leg kick. Does Gian Villante do much leg kicking? Not a whole heck of a lot. Gian Villante is one of those guys, walks you down, throws his boxing combinations, walks back and resets, and that's pretty much it. If I really had to boil it down, Chris Barnett's like watching the Tasmanian Devil if he ate a lot of Halloween candy and had a ton of energy. Like, that's the
point. Like a Beyblade on Red Bull.
Like a Beyblade on Red Bull. Just metal top spinning around. And hopefully kids don't get hurt. That's pretty much what it is. He went to NAIA to wrestle. Andrew Sanchez did that. And so did Corey Anderson, for that matter. And then he ended up going to university after that because they thought, hey, you could play football and you're athletic. So he did. But yeah, when I look at this one, Matt, I mean, Villante open to minus 150. Odds are par right now. Chris Barnett open to plus 130. Odds are par right now. If we look at the Topology votes, I suspect that they're relatively close based on where the odds are, but I gotta be honest. I wish I could have got Chris Barnett as an underdog. Yeah. 1,025 total votes. Surprised that many people checked it out. 73% have Barnett to win by knockout for the 24% that have Villante. 59% by decision. We saw Barnett get tired in his last fight. He also got worn on by Ben Rothwell, who had him down to the mat for half that round. And he got back up. And then in the second round, he was really, really tired. But the trouble is, with Barnett, he blitzes forward a lot. And it gets him caught against big guys, against technical strikers. I don't know if I see that happening here. I like Chris Barnett in this fight.
I like Chris Barnett in this fight, but I think we can both agree. There is a very clear path to victory for Villante. If Barnett gets tired in the first round just throwing crazy techniques and if he can't get the stoppage, and if he is an absolute shell of himself, then Gian Villante, if all else fails, has okay cardio for 205 pounds. I know this is a heavyweight, so I would assume he has okay cardio at heavyweight. Now, I know we're grasping at straws right now, but this is one of those fights. It's not like I can point to a lot on either side. But I could see Gian Villante avoiding getting hit by a big shot and winning a 29-28 decision. I think there's a world out there where that does happen, but I agree. I think Barnett's got this one.
Both of us going with Beastboy, Chris Barnett. Let us know down below if we're wrong. If after the fact we're still wrong, you let me know. I want to hear from you. And make sure you check out Question Mark Kicks 2 hours before the prelims. If anything changes, we got you covered. Keep it locked in with Fight Night Picks, we always say.
Let's get into it.